2025 is just around the corner. We have a lot of distractions. We have a lot of gurus trying to sell you on online businesses, courses, election, you name it. I'm here to try to diagnose beginner, medium, and advanced of businesses that yourselves can start. I'm not here to sell you a course. I'm not here to give you some sort of magical motivation. I'm here to give you the whole thing and a breakdown that's going to help all of you actually get the ball moving and extract something from this video to get started today. So I try to break this down the best I could with beginner, intermediate, and advanced. We're going to talk about the pros and cons and kind of what types of businesses you see in each of these stages. And when we kind of go in further depth, I hope all of you can kind of extract this and figure out what makes the most sense for you, your resources, your network, where you are skill level wise, etc., etc. Now, with this said, before I even go into it, I've done a lot of research, and there's people like Warren Buffett and entrepreneurs like Elon Musk, you name it, that have been entrepreneurs since they were like 10, 11, 12 years old. Even looking back at my own self, I recall starting a landscaping business at like 11 years old, printing out thousands of flyers, walking door to door, handing them out, and landing calls, having friends do the landscaping, and so forth. So all that stuff can get very, overwhelming, but definitely builds skills. And when you think about it, I'm 22 today, so it's over a decade's worth of experience bouncing around from construction, landscaping, business, blah blah blah, and it all goes. So I've done the beginner, I've done the intermediate, I've yet to get to the advanced level of an open market business, private equity, or that kind of thing, in terms of say 50, 100 plus $1 million. So that is going to be a milestone that I'm excited for, but I know a lot of individuals, friends, family, and mentors that are in there, if not even further. So that will be pretty cool, and I'm excited to kind of break this down. So with beginner, you see a lot of online businesses today. It can almost get overstimulating now. You're on TikTok, you're on Instagram, YouTube Shorts, and you see all the time. Buy my course, dropshipping, ecom, SMMA, you name it. Now, when you have all of these opportunities, you would think, it's actually more or less distractions. Now, in the beginning, if this was 2016 to 2020, you might have a really good chance. I'm not saying that you're not going to make the money if you go in there, but by not trying to do the shortcut and actually maybe starting with an intermediate business, that might be the most efficient use of your time. Because when you're doing the online businesses, you're not building that much valuable skills or equity amongst something. It's usually like a freelance job, right? You're usually, obviously, there's no investors, and you're still learning. You're kind of just figuring out, you're hustling, you're maybe doing a lot of cold calls. You don't have that many, I would say, probably systems built out, which can be very vital and very difficult. And you're gonna be like a hamster running around with or a chicken with his head cut off, whatever you want to look at. But that's kind of like the beginner stage. But everyone should start there, I think, because there's a lot of little incremental small steps of direct marketing and managing, maybe your first employee, all of that kind of stuff you need to learn before you hop here and here. Because unless you have a mentor or someone that's going to help along that process, you're going to forget and miss a little step on the beginner stage. And that might be the little step that's going to cost you maybe your business. And I mean that. It's always the small things that add up in business, life, relationship, you name it. So always pay attention to the little things. Now, moving on to the intermediate. What are intermediate businesses? These are probably the physical businesses you see, brick and mortar, in your local town, a city, that kind of thing. These are the restaurants. These are events for gratification. These might be even necessities and convenience stores or rentals. So I know a couple different things that I'm in myself. I wanted to do it as actually a test. So in my local town, I remember growing up not really doing too many holiday stuff. I remember, my mother was always sick, our family, we couldn't really do many things. So I was like, let me bring something to the, town that has really not much around. And it's a holiday, drive-through type of light show. So if people are disabled or something, they can at least still go there with their family and so forth. So with that event business, I was like, hey, I understand marketing, I understand business. Let me see if this works. So for fun, threw it together, got the marketing, got the logistics, I learned engineering, built the teams, the systems, all that stuff. And now we're looking here at the second year, already going to be profitable. And if I wanted to rinse and repeat this model, I could do the same model across the US. I could even do it worldwide. And that's because I've learned, I built systems, the connections, and so forth. So that's just with one business, event business. Now, I even know another friend, a good friend of mine, he's in rentals. and his rentals is waste management. Now you would think that's $1 billion business. How is that even possible? Well, there's always subcontractors that you need for things. But with waste management stuff, the big guys don't want the liability. So he's doing the assembly line almost even faster, which is really beneficial and paying off really, really well for himself. But he's almost going to be at the advanced level pretty soon here because he's going to have to leverage more debt and that kind of thing. And then another rental business example is like boat rentals. A couple of the partners and investors with the show out here, they're in boat rentals, so that's a seasonal business as well. What are the pros and cons of an intermediate business? Intermediate businesses sometimes aren't 365 days. Sometimes they're only seasonal, or maybe they just don't make that much money. Now with seasonal things, you have to really hit a lot of people in a very short amount of time. So with the event out here for Christmas, I literally only have 6 weeks to get people there. Say the Google ads went down or the Facebook went down, that is literally a whole year thrown out the window. But what is the pros to that? If the marketing goes good, depending on the market cap, I could do $250,000 to $500,000 just here. If I go to a bigger city or something, that could be $1 to $3 million in 6 weeks' time, which is pretty significant if you were to add that up in a whole year's time and you rinse and repeat around the world. Or another pro to it is look at how much time I have in 6 weeks. Say I get ready in even a Halloween show and I do October, November, December, I have the rest of the year to just figure out things like filming for YouTube videos, helping all of you articulate and build out plans for yourself. And that's what I'm doing. Your time is the most precious thing that you have. And if you sell your time, you usually are cheap. So be very cautious on how much you're selling your time for. And if you're trading your time, are you learning a valuable skill that can create something like passive incomes or incomes that are higher than a cap? Now, advance. Advance is very, very scary sometimes. What types of businesses are these? These are ones that are probably home development. These are corporate places you see. These are huge products, and a couple of products that I've seen for all of you that I'll talk about, more in what businesses you can do in 2025 are random things like maybe have you thought about tapping into the barcode business and maybe getting some patents to help one of the biggest brands and companies in that sector? Have you considered the home development and just being the owner of things? Now, when you have advanced, you are very hungry and adamant to actually grow a business, a brand, and equity. You're not looking for just the cash flow. You're not looking for a learning process. You should be like, I understand it. You have people that you have to put food on the table for. You have investors that are going to be calling you and making sure that you are making those payments depending on how much you're leveraging. Is it 10 million? Is it 50, 100 plus million, whatever? And in advanced, we're talking, there's people like Sam Altman that's friends with Elon Musk and everything with OpenAI and a lot of things with AI in general. These people are trying to raise trillions of dollars in artificial intelligence. So if that doesn't tell you where things are going with corporate and stuff, I don't know what does. So if you're not looking for that lifestyle and being able to practically turn yourself into a sociopath, you're probably not going to have a balanced family life. You're going to be working probably 15 plus hours a day until systems are built out. And it's not going to be a life that is meant for moderation. That is not moderation. Advanced of even $10+ million is basically, you're not going to be balanced. You're going to be unbalanced. So I'm going to leave you all here today with a couple things that you can do and implement to give a little couple nuggets if you stay this long in this discussion. Is the businesses I foresee in 2025 is things probably like helping AI writing or AI scripting for YouTubers and influencers, anything AI based, or you can maybe do management with companies and influencers that are opening up school, the SKOOL, or any of those Discord communities, whatever it might be. They're going to need managers, they're going to need, moderators for all that stuff. That's a business in itself. Create an agency, an LLC, a partnership, get it going, make the proposals, send that out. So that's a business right there. Or, after today, find a cheap camera, start learning photography, learn videography, start journaling, learn writing. When was the last time you picked up a pen and not your, phone to scroll through TikTok? All these things, add up and they matter. And when you build these skills, then you have this whole skill set, and that skill set is what makes you a business owner. You don't chase money, you don't chase business, you create the person that is the business person that will actually attract it. Don't chase it, attract. And if you do that, everything's gonna be super, super good. So definitely work on that if you're a beginner. Intermediate, again, physical businesses, you're in the middle. Are you getting your first investors? Are you asking, friends or family maybe for some money to start up something that's going to cost 10 to 100,000 or a half a million? And then have a business plan, because if you don't have a plan, then plan to fail is what they say. So make sure you have that. It's going to help you very efficiently. And advanced, if you are there, that is definitely something that's a huge, I would say definitely something that not many people are willing to sign up for, is what I want to say. So if you don't want to have a regular life in all aspects, that's kind of where you're heading down. So choose that. Be very confident if you're going down there. I know a lot of friends that are and have definitely several tens of millions of dollars worth of investors and income, which is great, but I can tell you right now, they're not the happiest people. So other than that, see where you're at, get it calculated, and definitely implement action, because an idea is just an idea. Action is what actually solidifies it all. So with that said, everyone, don't be discouraged when you're looking at the difficulty or even the intermediate, medium level of starting businesses. Everyone has different resources, has a different environment, connections. You might be in debt right now as a college student. You might be all the way up here ready to make that next $10, $100 million idea. So don't be discouraged. Just go at the level that you're at, extract what makes sense for you in this video, and then implement and start today. Because just watching this will not ensure all of you to be successful. It's actually putting action from what you've saw or heard today and be able to implement for the future. So thanks again, my friends. My name is David Amberghini, and I will see you in the next one.